Okay, boys and girls, here we are. Lesson 3, part 17. We're almost done. There's a few more lessons, parts of this lesson to go. Let's get right into it. It says scale plus rotation equals skew. What that means is, says, what if you want to create a shape that's not in the shapes menu, right? I mean, the shapes menu has some cool stuff in it, but not everything you might ever want to do. It says, for example, well, there is not a parallelogram. How do you make one? Okay, well, let me show you how you make one. You can make your own, and look, it says you can do it in 2 easy steps. So here's the picture of a parallelogram. You can see that. And it says, first, rotate your box 22.5 degrees. Now, if you remember, the way to do that is to click on the rotation handle. And if you want to do it exactly 22.5 degrees, you click on the rotation handle, and then you make sure you're inside the circle and rotate it. It'll jump to 22.5 degrees. Boom. There, you're done. You can see the hint in the background is the shape of a parallelogram. So rather than try to put my box inside the hint, you can do that if you want an extra challenge. You don't have to. All you need to do is play around with, see now my shape is rotated, and actually let me make it a solid color. Should have done that a while ago probably. So there's my shape, right? Now, if I want to make it into a parallelogram, it says use the black side handle to stretch the rotated box. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to take the back side handle. I'm going to stretch it, and then voila, we have a parallelogram that looks kind of like that. It's rotated the other direction than the hint, but you can see that I have now created basically a parallelogram, right? Like that. It's cool. Now I probably want to lift this up a little bit off. No, I don't want to do that. Well, you can see that once it's rotated, things start behaving a little bit differently, and that's okay. So there you go. So there's my parallelogram, and pretty cool, right? So let's go on. It says nudge your shape into the target position. I'm not going to do that now. You guys know how to do it. If I wanted to try and put that inside the hint, I'd have to shrink it down, and now it's at least aligned with the hint. But I don't really feel like spending time doing that, and if you don't have to. It's okay. Just make sure you can rotate. You can use the drag handles, all that stuff. Okay, so I'll see you in part 18. Let's go there now. So deleting an object. What do you do if you just realize you didn't want to start with the box? You want to start with the triangle roof. So there's a delete function. Actually, you can just make sure your object is selected. You can press delete on your keyboard. Or if I didn't want to do that, I can always select it and then use the trash can up here at the top. Or if I don't like that way, I can select the object and hit backspace. So backspace, delete, the trash can, all work the same way to delete anything off the board that you want. Just make sure you select it first. You can group select, remember, by using the shift key. So I can select, for example, if I have one out there, I have another one, I have a cylinder. Okay, if I don't want any of those, then what I can do is hold down the shift key and select them all. They're all selected now, and now trash can them all, boom, done. Okay, so lots of different choices. Let's move on. Let's see if we're done. Hey, we're done. It wasn't challenging. So as a refresher, you moved, rotated, and scaled your objects in this lesson. And that's awesome progress. You guys are really learning the ins and outs of Tinkercad. Lesson 4 is where the real work begins and the real cool stuff. You start learning the real cool stuff. So let's go there. I'll see you in the next video for lesson 4. Keep up that great work, boys and girls, and I'll see you there.